Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. Lo, you gotta say it.
Lolo here.
Dice Man is here too. What's up with you, Dice?
What's up, man?
Hey, folks, this is our last show for the year, so we won't see you till next year. Sound like a long time, but it's not. We'll be back in the house. Isn't that the 5th, Dice?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is the 5th of January. That's on a Tuesday. So we'll see you guys then, and we'll be coming in and bringing in the new year with you guys. I want to talk about a couple of things. I asked for donation for the Hardy family, and I want to tell everybody that contributed to that, and I know it's Christmas time, say thank you. Those of you that sent the least meant the most. I just got to say that. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm devaluing everyone else that's contributed, but those of you that sent the least meant the most, because for this time of year, and if you sent something, that meant a lot. And I know some of you could not and did not, and that mean that, hey, I'm mad at anyone. I understand. Because if this thing would have happened at any other time of the year, it would have been but the Hardy family is doing something differently. So I've sent you your money back. Those of you that cash out money to me, I cash out it back to you and saying refund, thank you. So that's the reason why you got that money back. And I just want to say thank you. So those of you that contributed, and those of you can always reach out to us, because we can always do what we can to help you. But anytime y'all have something that's going on, we just want to say thank you. And I want to say this to, Tool Belt. Lo, you know what? If y'all was to pass by 8th Street, you'll see over there in the blue part of the building where Reno used to have his rim shop, that I'm building a room there. So I ran into a situation when I took the tin down, and when I took the structure down, because I'm going to make a door lead in there. I'm going to put a bathroom there. I took it down, folks, and I promise you, when I saw that, I said, wow, this damn thing got a steel beam going across it. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm going to need a welder to come in here and do this. So I stopped my job low, and I went to Google and started Googling welders near me. A lot of them went out of business, I guess, because of COVID. And so I said, well, hell, Tool Belt know how to sweat. It can't be much different between sweating and welding. Now, for those of you who don't understand, sweating a pipe, when you have copper pipes, you have to sweat them, put that little stuff there and put heat on it and weld them or solder them together. Tool Belt's very good at that. I said, hell, Tool Belt probably can do this. I said, bro, I can rent one of these things or something. I need to get this thing down because I put it down. He said, what is it, steel? He said, how thick? I said, it's about a quarter inch thick, I think. He said, bro, you ain't got to do that. I said, what I got to do? You know what Tool Belt told me, look.
What that?
Tool Belt told me to go get my rip saw and a metal blade cutter. Mm-hmm. And he said, cut it off. I said, now Tool Belt trying to get me killed now. But I got to say that, I said, I was kind of nervous.
He was right.
Was he right? Cut through it like butter. I'm talking about within 1 minute, within 1 minute, I had both beams cut. And you had a beam going across here and a beam going across there. I had both of them cut. Tool Belt show. That's the reason why I call him Tool Belt.
Mm-hmm. He know a lot. He know a lot.
He know a lot. He going to take a shortcut, and he going to do it. And that's one of the things. So I want to tell my brother, I have to say that. Now, genius come in all kind of ways. Oh, Tool Belt's a genius. He going to save y'all some money. There ain't nothing he can't do or fix or build. And, I'm glad I called him up, because if a welder would have answered the phone, Dice, I'd have had him out there cutting that thing with a torch, but I think it would have took longer for them to use a torch. Once I put that reciprocating saw in, I'll tell you guys that building been there a while, but they used to use 1/4 of an inch thick, but it was actually about 1/8 of an inch. But what they do, they turn it, so you have it going across, and they turn it and make it like a S and then an L going down, and that increased the integrity of the building. But I cut it. He was right. And so I used that same blade and cut the little wood off, and I threw it out there. So if y'all want to see what Tool Belt taught me, and I thought I knew everything, Lo. But anyway, I was able to fix that. And so I want to talk about some little things. I want to talk about Mary Doss, folks. I talk about Mary Doss, and the reason why I talked, and I always, get Lo to help me, because she has Ron Turner phone, so I always solicit her help with Mary Doss, and she talked to Ron Turner, and she can tell you what Ron Turner said. But one of the things that Travail McLaughlin said to me is that they didn't have anything to do with that. And in about 2 years, the contract would be up. But when the apartment caught on fire, he was there. He was there, people. So if he don't have anything to do with it, he should have not never been there. He was there with the fire marshal looking. He told me that out of his own mouth. Now, one of the things that I'm told, and I'll let Lo, when you talked to Mr. Turner, you said that he said the reason why Travell McGlothen was there was that he was making sure that protocol was being followed.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah. So, folks, now how is it that he can be there when the fire starts and make sure protocol is being followed? Now, I read the contract. I asked Ms. Dawes for a contract, and she got one of her family members to get a copy of the contract, people. And I read it. Now, Travell McGlothen told me that it is required that you get renter's insurance. Folks, nowhere in the contract does it say that you're required to have any type of insurance. It's not required, it's not mandatory, it's not mandated. So I don't know where he got that from. Perhaps he has a different contract than the contract I looked at, and lo, I read it. There's nowhere in there where they require insurance, but the lady did have insurance. So, but even so, the only kind of insurance she can get, since she don't own the building, is renter's insurance. So I'm going to go back to him being there to ensure the protocol being followed. So when time for him to make sure they're following protocol, then he dropped the ball, folks. Because how about it says that if you have a problem, if you destroy any part of the apartment, it's in the contract, you have to fix it. If you break a door, you got to fix it. You knock a glass out, you got to fix it. But if it's no cause, no fault to yours, it says they shall, they will. These are mandatory words for repair it. Put the tenant up in another place while their apartment is being repaired until their place is fixed. They did not do that. See, so that protocol wasn't followed. Let's go a little step further than that. In order, anytime you have a contract to be, say you have a contract with a landlord and you're a tenant, or you're the landlord and you have a tenant, you have to go by that contract. That contract says also, if you break and violate the rules, and I read the rules, and Ms. Dawes has not broken or violated any rules, it says you shall be evicted with a 30 days notice and a written notice. They have not given Ms. Dawes a 30 days notice. They haven't given her a written letter. Basically what they did, Lois, done kicked this lady out of her apartment, violating the contract. They have not given her a 30 days notice. They hadn't written her any kind of letter telling her she's being evicted or anything like that. Travell said, we gave her money to put up somewhere. No, they did not, folks. The American Red Cross gave her a card for $200. She did not know how to use the card, Lo. When I tried to check on the card, the American Red Cross give you a card. You got to use it, I think, within 90 days. It's been longer than 90 days, so that card is no good. So she this is a lady here she don't understand and comprehend things like we do, folks. And I'm not trying to put her down, but it's factual. The way she disseminates information and the way we do it it's not normal for her. She don't understand a lot of things. She's not that educated. And so she's being taken advantage of. So let's go again talk about protocol, Mr. Turner, and you, Travell McGlothen. You have what you call the American for Disabilities Act that absolutely forbid you to mistreat anyone that's disabled or receiving any type of disability. And this lady's disabled. And what you're doing is you're violating that ADA Act and against the law. And it also in that contract law says that it says that they're governed by the rules of HUD and Meridian Housing Authority and HUD. So they're governed under those rules and everything they're doing to Ms. Rob. So I want to say this to you, Ron Turner. When he was making sure that they were following protocol, how is it that they dropped the ball? Why is it that, and they had a vacant apartment when her apartment was being burnt. They could have put her in it and did not. They've had vacant apartments since then, folks, and they have not put Ms. Dawes in it. So I was told, you said that Mr. Turner said he going to call Miss Renfro. Her last name is Renfro, and she's in Jackson. Now, I did send her a letter, so she ignored me, and like I said before, Miss Dawes' bill went from $10,000 to $50,000. And they have insurance, people, so you can't do that. The whole purpose of the law is to make an injured person whole. And you can't double dip. If the insurance company felt like that Ms. Dawes had did anything, she would have went to jail for arson. And not only that, it's the insurance company that actually paid the money, not that housing authority. it's them, the management of the Frank Berry did not pay the money. This money did not come out of their bank account. So they can't even sue and take her to court for any of that.
Came from the insurance, right?
Came from the insurance company. Not only that, the fire marshal from Meridian and the fire marshal from Meridian Fire Department said that it was no cause, unintentional. So, folks, here it is. And then, if you want to make sure to do the right thing, I think that what Mr. Turner should do is call him up and put that lady in an apartment.
Have you called Mr. Winthrop back again?
She about to make me get out. Too bad she about to make me get out of. You know, I went to church the other day.
Tell her go ahead and spaz out.
She about to make me spaz out. I already know. Hey, look, I got handlers. My handlers already told me I can't be talking about no female parts. And I can't be doing any of this cursing. No, they told me, he said, if you going to run for public office, you need to be. But you know what Tube Bell said? When you go to war, you got to have a gun.
Hell yeah.
But, hell no, I ain't calling no more. I called her one time and I dialed and I let it wrong.
And she didn't call you?
And she didn't call me back or anything like that. Just how they do things. See, here's where Travell McLaughlin problem is. Hold up, I'm going to take you out of it, Travell. How about a lot of the ministers think they're God? They actually think everybody else served them and they know better than everybody else and they look down upon everybody. And how about that lady's sister and other people that were standing around the fire pointed out, there's the lady who's lost her house and he didn't even go as a man of God. He should have went there and say, I'm sorry, what's going on with you? Let's get this young lady somewhere to stay. He didn't say any of them words. That's not God-like. But how about he has a duty according to the contract that she signed with that management, and it's the same contract Meridian Housing Authority give everybody, has a duty to put her in a place till her place get ready. Let's assume that it wasn't a fire, but a pipe broke, no cost of hers, and it flooded out the whole apartment. They have to put her somewhere. If they don't have a place for her in any of the other buildings around here, they should have put her up in a hotel. They didn't do any of them things. They have not put her back in her apartment, and they have not sent her an eviction notice. They have not sent one. And they have rented her apartment out to somebody else. Now, folks, this ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right at all now. And where's her letter at, Travell McLaughlin, manager of Frank Berry? Where's her eviction letter? You can't send it to her now.
You ever heard of micromanagement company?
I've never heard of that, man, but I know what micromanagement is. It's what Travell McLaughlin tries to do, but unable to do, but should be doing to her over there in Frank Berry. They should be micromanaged. They should be, when Mr. Turner, when Ron Turner said that he was there to ensure the protocols being followed, he dropped the ball and he didn't follow protocol then because he was disrespectful and he didn't do what his due diligence, what the law supposed to do, the American with Disability Act compels him to do and mandate that he do, and the contract that she signed with those folks. She might not be able to understand her contract, but I do. I'm able to understand it. I have a copy of it in there. I even have a copy of your rider, which basically say the same thing. They have a duty.
Send me a copy so I can send a copy to Mr. Turner.
All right.
And see what he say about it.
All right. He got a copy of it. We're going to make you a copy. Oh, we got Lawson. We got Richard Lawson out there.
Okay.
Richard, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
When we take that break, we're going to get you in here so you can wish these people Happy New Year and all that and give them a little of that knowledge, all right?
What little bit I have.
Well, that'll be Hey, and so I kind of wanted to talk about Mary Doss a little bit, and I wanted to go back, and I did get, I said I filed a judicial performance complaint against a judge. Y'all already know who it is.
Robbie Jones.
You said it. You sure said it, boy. You must be a psychic.
Robbie Jones.
And anyway, I got a letter back from them, so I have a case number. So and the reason why they give me a case number, if I want to amend my complaint or supplement my complaint, I can do so. Man, but what kind of I'm going to use a word that I heard them use in the street. It behooves me that this man continue to do things. Lord, what the hell behooves me?
I don't know.
What you think of me? It befuddles me. I bet Tube Bell, you know, don't you, Tube Bell?
A puzzle.
Yeah, it puzzles me. It really does. It puzzles me that he continues to do things that are illegal And not even, you have canons, you have judiciary canons that you have to abide by from the moment that you announce that you're going to run for judge. You can't wait until you're elected. You have to, from the moment that you're running for judge, you have to go by those canons all the way until, believe it or not, if you retire, you're still subjected to anything. Those canons still follow you to your grave, in other words. Meaning that even if you retire, they still can come after you. You still can go to jail. You still can be sanctioned, and all these things can be done. You know how they call judges out of retirement? Sometimes they sit on case, sometimes they go back to work. If a judge gets sanctioned, they can't do those kind of things. They can't sit in on other cases, and then if it's bad enough, egregious enough, if he gets sanctioned, he can be sued, and also he can go to prison. All these things can happen, and Mississippi judges, in my opinion, especially the ones in Lauderdale County, are just too powerful.
You know, some I think. Well, I think I'm actually correct on what I'm about to say. Like when there's a prelim hearing, and after the prelim hearing is over with, the news media would do an interview with Robert Jones, and he gets on TV talking about cases, which is illegal.
Right.
You weren't supposed to talk about a case like that. You know you're innocent until proven guilty.
That's
it
right.
doesn't matter if you're taking the case and bounding it over to the grand jury and see what these idiots think, whether or not this person done it or not. They have enough evidence this person done it or not. He gets on the news. He's the only judge I ever known to do that. Now, it's different if you got news center inside the courtroom filming thing and they doing the talking, but it's him doing the talking. He don't supposed to do that. He's the only, you never seen Judge Brees Jones or no other judge do that on TV.
Yeah.
Now, Bilbo Mitchell, he was a district attorney. After someone sentenced to prison, he would talk to the news media. But Judge Robert Jones gets on news just by every prelim running his damn mouth. That's illegal.
He didn't do it the last time when he got whooped, did he?
I think he done it beforehand.
Yeah.
When they first went, he got on the news running his mouth. But he didn't know them 3 guys was going to be free.
Yeah. And not only just
3 of the 6 free.
And let's look at it. What was these guys' bond? At first, they didn't have a bond. And then the next time they had a bond, wasn't it like $100 and some thousand dollars?
One was $150 and the other one was $100,000.
See that, folks? Here you got innocent people. You see what they do to us. So it's something wrong with a judge that'll set a bond for $150,000 based on the charge instead of based on the fact. See, now these people, actually what he did is convicted them. These guys are a threat. They're a danger to society, so I'm going to make it difficult for them to make bond. If they would have said it, it's hard for black people in this community to make a bond that's like even $10,000. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, we'll be able to rake and scrape it up in time, but that's you're telling somebody, hey, go and get $1,000. Who around here got $1,000 sitting on them like that?
We in hell here. We're in the damn pandemic. Some people call it a scandemic.
And I want to talk about that. You know, the bill was passed, and they're not really giving any money, folks. They're giving $600 and $300 on weekly unemployment benefit. And what's bad about this is the state of Alabama sent back, if I'm not mistaken, $200 million. The state of Mississippi had about $300 million that they did not use. And you have people such as, I got to talk about you, Tony. Don't stab me, baby, because I'm going to say something good. She has a child because she has a son that's 5 years old, 4 or 5. 4, I think. Whatever it is, Tony, don't stab me because I ain't got it right. But anyway, she has a young child, and they'll have what you call virtual learning. So she got to be at home with that child. And they want her to go look for a job every week or go online or something like that. Otherwise, she don't get her, so she ain't got her money now. But they sending back $300 million now while they requiring parents under a pandemic to go out and look for a job. You know, they waived it, but then they lifted it. When they lifted it, then it's cumbersome for a person to go there every week and you have to put on 3 jobs every week going online. What about the people that don't have internet? So a lot of people are falling through the crack. So people are really suffering this Christmas. This is one of the first Christmas that I went out this time of year, it didn't seem like Christmas because the crowds were not there. The traffic jams was not there. I even went to Galleria Mall in Hoover. The crowds were not there. I was able to go and get waited on. We talking about a few days before Christmas. Usually they had a police out there directing traffic. They didn't have any of those things. People just don't have the money. And for those of you that are watching, I got to say this. If you had gave Lolo $10,000 and me $10,000 and Dice Man $10,000 and a lot of you out there $10,000, and if you have a child, $2,000 or $3,000 per child up to, say, a maximum amount of, say, $20,000 per family. that money would have went back to the system. It would have went back to the Bilderbergs. It would have went back to the Walton family. It would have went back to the people that own all these stores, the car lots, the dealership. It really would have got the economy going if you gave people that kind of money, and it would have helped out a great deal. But giving somebody $300 a week, it's just kind of like putting a booster seat in a car for a child. You know, if they hit a tree, that child still going to get off that booster seat. It's not really going to do that much. And then giving somebody $600, man, there's people around here probably got light bills that are higher than that.
I was just about to tell you that. That's my old ass house I stayed in Russell.
It's not going to impact at all.
My light bill over $300.
So they could have done better. When you look at where the money's going, these Republicans are so bold, and I know some of you out there are diehard Republicans, but you got to rise up above your feelings, and a lot of us have to, as opposed to voting for this person and that person. We really got to look at what that person gonna do for the community. In this community right here, Lo, this here is a block. This community, Meridian, Mississippi, is a block where the majority of the citizens in this community are black people. And the reason, Dice, what did I say the name of this show was?
It's time for us.
It's time for us, folks. It's time for us to do for ourselves. We have become so complacent in other people doing things for us that we're sitting back too much, too far, too long. We have done that. It's time for us to do for ourselves. Which brings me to Alicia Smith and Willie Ruffin Jr. Willie Ruffin Jr. said where you said that, Lo, and he was arrested. You know, you the one helped me meet him, and so did Tony. I got to say I admire and have a great deal of respect for him because this young man is really fighting. Since he been on this show, folks, he have paid Attorney Denson, his retainer, for all three of them. And folks, he don't sell drugs. He did this in his studio. And yes, Attorney Denson gave him a discount because all three of them basically was wrongly arrested under the same bogus charges. And so he gave them a deal. Two-Belt. You hear Two-Belt? What Two-Belt talking about?
I don't know what you're saying, Two-Belt. Mind your business, Two-Belt.
So damn
Let him tell his story. Let him tell his story.
I'm not going to tell you, Miss Two-Belt. I'm not going to tell you. You need to go on with it.
Let him tell his story, Red. Let him tell his story.
But what I like about this is Willie said on this show here that he was, we talked afterwards, probably off the air, off the podcast, but Willie got his lady, her name is Alicia Smith. She's going to run for city council in Ward 3.
Okay.
And that is so great. Folks, we have people that are going to run in Ward 4, because let's give them the names now. Can we give them names?
No.
Don't give them yet. They don't need to know. See, Lolo knows, and Lolo just told Two-Belt she pulled a mentally hold on me. And boy, if you don't hush your mouth. But anyway, that's good. But Alicia Smith, what make me like them so much, they're young folks. I got a text from him today. He said, I got mail. He said, Mr. Holt, I want you to know that I still have the same phone number so you can lock it in. He said, I went ahead on and bought me another phone. I paid Attorney Denson everything but $5,000.
500.
Two-Belt, you saw that. Did you see that, Two-Belt? Dice.
My bad.
I'm going to try my best. I can't even get my leg back. Okay. Let me be correct. It was $500. She gave him all the money for $500. Lolo show knows. But anyway, he hired them. What I like about this is that this young lady gonna run for city council in Ward 2.
3.
And Ward 3. And that's good. I'm running in Ward 2. I was just trying to get that out there. But anyway, no, I didn't. I made a mistake like I do a lot. I go back and listen at myself, and I know when I say the wrong thing, but I'm not going to correct it because y'all understand what I'm saying. But anyway, she's going to run, and that's a good thing. I know what some of you saying says she been arrested. No, but a lot, she ain't been convicted.
She ain't been convicted, and she is here. A lot of folk be arrested.
Yeah.
That don't mean
Look
they
what just
guilty.
happened to those three guys. And what a lawyer they had, Attorney Denson.
Attorney Denson.
And guess what? The same thing. So don't go Rochester, Anderson, going trying to make up some more lies because facts. One thing I can say about the truth, Lo, is that the truth will stand the test of time. It vindicates itself, and there ain't nothing he can do when you're standing on the truth. When you're standing on the truth, you eventually, and she's going to be okay. And so this make me feel good. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be ironic? Guess what they already doing, Lo?
They already got them plotting.
No,
I'm plotting. The opposing team is already plotting.
I'm talking about, guess what? Alicia and Will and them doing.
I got them signing people up to vote.
Who sure is? I'm talking about Dice.
Sign
the people up to vote already organized. And this young man is known from Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. A lot of the famous rapper knows him. He's already organizing and doing what he need to do so he can ensure that she get that job. And guess what? Until she's convicted, she's eligible for that job. Sure is. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Now, how about if she get convicted and she's in office? You got Ed Holmes. I forgot what county that's in. He's been convicted before, and they said they sent him a letter telling him he owe all that money back. Since then, he been reelected. So that don't mean nothing. So a conviction, the Mississippi Constitution does not bar you. See, they got to make their laws based on Mississippi Constitution. That's how I beat them in court. But you know what, Miss Smith, I just got to say I commend you and commend what you guys are doing. Y'all keep on doing that, and we're going to help y'all get up in there. We're going to call this here. I don't know what Percy Bland called them and all them, but we all are one. We all joined at the hip. We're like Hydra. You break off one arm, another one going to grow back. Matter of fact, break off one of those, two of them coming back. I'm telling you.
let me say something. Earlier, you said you went to the mall here and you was able to go inside and come back out, and the same thing in Alabama. Said wasn't nobody there. You know the reason why? Most people doing their shopping online for the one that able.
Yeah.
There's no job.
There's no job.
I was talking to someone the other day. I received a phone call and said, Lo, Percy, I got a gift someone told me to give you. Mm-hmm. And I said, who gave you a gift to give to me? Because I might not want to accept a gift. I don't accept shit just from any and everybody. And she was like, you know. I said, no, I don't know. That's the reason why I'm asking you. Mm. She said, Percy Bland. I said, what type of gift did Percy Bland give you to give to me? Gray, a carton of cigarette. Nigga trying to put me down in the graveyard early. Here's the thing I don't like. Percy Bland gave somebody a Faggo drink, and they been kissing his ass ever since. He think he can just give you shit, and you know he think he can get you.
Like, we got to get away from that.
Motherfucker, I'm not desperate. Let me tell you this though, Gray. When Percy Bland fired me last year in January, if Percy Bland was a good-hearted person, Percy Bland had pulled. He can get Lolo a job paying $20 an hour. Not only that, he can throw me a few $1,000 if you sincere. What Percy was trying to do was get me to accept the carton of cigarette, take a picture, and put it on Facebook so people can have a change of heart about him. Oh, Lolo done dragged him through the mud. And look at here. He buying her a carton of cigarette. Bitch ass nigga, the ARAF giving you that carton of cigarette. You got people around here in Meridian that's here illegal. And person go to him and get a money bag, and they will give him anything he want. And that's where he got in that carton of cigarette from. You know, when Percy fired me, it didn't bother me. But the icing on the cake was when he couldn't shake me and shut me up, that Negro came after my son. Yeah. And fired my son. Used a Caucasian-ass Klansman at MPD, Meridian Police Department. If you slow people out there don't understand what MPD, don't know what the meaning of that. Meridian Police Department used them white-ass Klansmen. I said it, to come after my son, to help get rid of my son. And then, behind the scene, quietly overturned the termination and reinstated him. He not coming back to MPD.
Didn't they just profile a party or something they had? You was telling me or sending me somewhere the police was outside, black folks had a party and the police was out there harassing them.
At V Lounge. Yeah. Kate Legoo again and the Jenkins brother. Look, you remember back the other week, Kate Legoo giving your son-in-law a ticket for those lights. Right. I'll be damned. You got this guy from Collarville come downtown that night with them exact same lights up on his vehicle. Police there didn't say a word. A black guy was there parked. Officer Jenkins walked over to him, told him cut it on the amber light. Cut it off the colors light, the amber light. Then walked over to another vehicle, cut down your music. They had downtown at a party. You got the officer down there. And then you got officer that was like a block away, posted up just in case somebody leave there drunk or do a little swerve and they can pull them over. profiling black folks all the time.
And you know what?
All the time. It's person's fault, though.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's person's fault, but we can't enable person anymore, especially when we're in a block like we're in. We're in a block, whereas we're in a majority situation. And I'm going to read y'all a quote right here. See, I ain't got my glasses on all the time.
But look, but Grace, that ain't shit, though. That ain't shit.
Sure.
The other night, Sunday night, you got Maybug. I'm a reading police officer. I would say he's a damn racist because the shit that he posts on his page named Maybug. I think he's from Newton some damn well. Probably one of those community where the racist ass white folks at. Maybug, that's his name. Pulled over a vehicle there at Village Fair Mall. Dark tinted window. You ain't gonna believe what he told the guy, the driver. And like 3 more other guys was in the car with him. One of them Terrell Thompson's son, Terrell Jr. Told the driver, you look suspicious. Now, Officer Bud, how in the fuck you gonna say somebody looks suspicious with tinted windows now?
You got them Superman eyes, them X-ray eyes.
One of the guys was Dubo's nephew, Dubo's baby sister, Elena Dubo.
Yeah.
Her son was the driver. Took his gun now, legal. This a legal gun. A black officer took that though. You got some sellout ass Negro with MPD. Yeah.
But they ain't got no business taking that.
Searched all of them, put Terrell Thompson's son in handcuffs, but they let him go, but still got his gun. So his
Get
mama,
that man his gun
So his mama
back.
got to go down there and take her son down there to get her grown ass son that is legal to carry a gun, got to get his gun back.
Ain't that
I
sad?
told her to file a damn report.
And
File a
they need
complaint.
to.
File a
But
complaint.
you know what, Lo? We, as a people, continue to allow for this to happen. See, we enabling person by keeping them in there. This time, person, it's not going to work. You can't give us cigarettes and think you're going to buy us out and think we're going to sit down. One thing about you messing with the wrong, it's got to be something wrong with him. He's running. I mean, he's got his white police officer messing with everybody. Person, that's the reason why we're not going to certify you as a Democrat.
And guess what? You got some Uncle Tongue ass black ass Negro
yeah.
down there too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I don't discriminate.
Here's something
I
that...
don't give your ass no passes.
That's right. And I agree.
You the same way. We don't give your ass
we
no
don't get no
pass.
pass. This is something that Malcolm X said in 1965, and he said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it. He said we should unite together and sweep out of office all the black political puppets who are used by the white power structure to continue white supremacy in our community. Folks, that applies to us today.
That what we got on our council board and we got in the mirror seat. Wow.
Hey, Ron, I'm talking this. In 1965, Malcolm X said this. And because of words like this, he's no longer here. Now, again, I got to read this again. We should unite together and sweep out of office all the black politicians or political puppets who are used by white power structure or the power structure in general to continue white supremacy in our community. Now, how about white supremacy is a word we can use? We can say maintaining the status quo, the bougie black folks, or the power structure that continue to enrich themselves, such as Structure Steel and A&B and Alexander, Bog Luke, Bill Hammond, all these people that continue to enrich themselves. What they're doing is they're not so much they're where they are. They're maintaining the white power structure because you can see that. You can see that with them tearing our buildings down and all that. And folks, I gotta say this, is that I'm gonna run for office next year and I'm gonna hit the ground running when I come back. And folks, I gotta say this to you, is that I'm gonna be a politician for all the people. I understand that our community is not all black and neither is Lauderdale County. But you understand that Ward 2 is majority black. So is the City Marine majority black. And you might think that I'm a racist, and I'm not. It's just what I'm doing is natural. It's natural for me to care about my own kind. It's natural for me to care about my family and my friends. It's natural for me because of the kind of heart I have that I inherit from my family is to care about all people. But understand that we've lost a lot and had a lot taken from us, and I got to get the house right back for us, Lo. I got to. I got to set it back right for us. I got to make our children again proud to be a citizen of Meridian, Mississippi, and not come out of high school and want to get away from here. I want everybody to be able, but I'm just talking about our children. I want our children to be able to come outside and not be afraid of being shot by their neighbor or being arrested by the Jenkins brothers or Kate Legoux or Rochester Anderson or what's that, Will Byrne, who's with the Lauderdale County Drug Task Force that took my daughter's car. You better give her a car back. You took it from her, give it back to her. You shouldn't have never took it. But all of you people that have broken the law, you're going to have to be like I was at one time. I used to really, really, really worry. I used to be really, really afraid when I was doing things that I shouldn't do in law. I was afraid that at any time that the man could come up and get me. All of you that broke the law, you know who you are. You know who you are, Rochester. You know the times you done lied, Rochester. You know about the cover-up you're doing with the Hardy family. And I'm going to talk this about the Hardy family. I still want to commend you guys. And don't think because the Hardy family did not get their autopsy that you guys won't be held accountable for killing their son, because there's no rope burns on his neck. And also, you're going to have a completely new governing authority in about 7-8 months. It's going to be a complete new. It's going to be, all of y'all going to be gone. I don't care. They're going to be gone. We're going to get y'all up out of there. And Rochester, don't start Jeffing then, because we ain't going for it. Robert Jones, when Percy lose, if you ain't gone before then, like in jail or retired, then when Percy lose the primary, you need to resign then. Chief Chris Reed, resign, but don't go too far, because we're going to have a warrant for your arrest. I promise you, if you have Chris Reed, you're going to have a warrant for your arrest. Rochester Anderson, Laws, all of you, Anderson, all of you guys, Wilburn, all of you guys that done broke the law and done
Howard Cole.
Howard Cole, we're gonna make a warrant for your arrest. And also, if per se, we're gonna bring a forensic accountant in to look at the books from the day you came in office. If anything is wrong with those books, Percy, you're going to jail. Kim, if you enable him, you're going too. I'm just from the school that everybody involved should go to jail. It's simple as that. Weston, you're going to be the new mayor, but I promise you, if you had something to do with that, too bad he got to go too. I just had to say that, but Weston, we already know it. I already know it too.
He's solo. He's solo. He voted against that bullshit.
Yeah.
He voted against they cricket asses.
What we're going to do now is we're going to play a song, and then we're going to come back and we're going to read y'all a comment. We're going to bring Richard in here, and we're going to, Dice, listen good this time. We're going to come back, we're going to talk a little more, then we're going to answer the comments and close out, all right? Play us a song, Dice Man. Folks, I want to welcome you back. I want to thank you. I hope you guys have a safe Christmas, and I hope you guys are able to do everything for your children. That children, they don't know anything about politics and Christ. All they know is December the 25th is the time that they're supposed to wake up and get a lot of toys. And it's very disappointing for a child when they don't do that. Folks, there's a couple of things that I'm going to say. And one of the things I want to say, and these are quotes that I got from Malcolm X, we have to control the politics and the politicians in our communities. That's what he said. And we got to do that, folks. And how we do that is by voting. Any minority group that has a block of votes are able to determine who's going to be the next mayor. We need to be able to see the strategic position that we are in. Folks, we got to be able to see the particular position that we're in. We're able to control and put in not only the next mayor, but the next city council in all 4 wards. And we can even give George Thomas a run for his money, because I went out there, his ward is increasingly becoming more and more black. If we vote, we can get George up out of there. So we going to have to control. Remember that. It is our duty to control the politics and politicians in our community. We cannot let anyone do that for us. We cannot just vote for them and put them in office and let them do for themselves and for others. And so we got to do that. And I'm going to come back. We need to be able to see the strategic position that we are in. It is the black vote that put the current administration in power in Meridian. The present administration puts us last and put them first. Put everybody first but us. Put us last, but we're the ones that's in the strategic position to put him in there. And he used us by running as a Democrat. We're not going to let him use us anymore. And they have been in office, and I'm talking about Bland, 7, 8 years and more. Some of them not so long. And they have not done anything for the thousands of black folks in this community. And it is time for us to do something different. We cannot allow for them to do that again. Dice Man, you ready to read them comments to us?
Sir, yes, sir.
Wait a minute, hold up, Richard. How you doing, Richard?
Pretty good.
What you got to tell the people? Was I wrong with what I just said?
No, you're not wrong.
That's kind of like what you say anyway. Yeah. Low, you already, low knows.
Yep.
She knew about that $500 tutu.
Yeah, Percy Bland ran as a Democrat, but he's a Republican the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see here. V's Catering LLC says, good day to my favorite podcast family. Merry Christmas all.
What up, Vanessa?
And thank you, Miss Lawson, for that donation. Of course, you know I returned it. We want to thank you.
All right. Kristen Cockrell says, hey, y'all. My Thursday won't be the same without y'all.
Just one Thursday. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, we'll be black. Tony Owen says,
be black.
hello, everyone.
Like I said, hey, Tony.
Thais E says, good evening, everyone. Hope y'all had a blessed day.
What up, Thais?
Hey, Thais. Don't even worry about it, because I ain't get you no gift either.
Oh, man. What's up, Thais? Jimmy Hearns, 26, says, tell them about Eddie Fulton down there in Quitman calling the KKK down during the Civil Rights March, which led to a big protest that ain't right. Can y'all talk about that? Cause Quitman ain't right.
Not today, but we will.
That's
in
the
future.
mayor. That's the mayor
Yeah.
of Clark County. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about it doing
Yeah.
something like that. Yep.
We're going to get Pam Chapman on here. We're going to get her on here, and she can discuss all of that because she knows all about that. She's really a political activist
I
in that
heard
area.
about. I heard about. The mayor of Clark County got those racist ass folks from other counties to
Yeah.
come there and protest. Yeah, I heard about that.
But I like about the black people in Clark County, they will vote, and they'll stand up, more so than they will here in Lauderdale
Let me
County.
tell you this, not really.
Uh-oh, y'all
They
heard
scary
long.
as fuck.
You talking about lately.
I done been down in the last 6 years. They scary as, I promise you, Eddie Hope. I promise you. Why you think you have someone like Todd Kemp, the
That's
sheriff,
right. Yeah.
and somebody
then,
like Eddie
Ben
Fulton, the
Ives,
mayor?
what he was able to do. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Ives and Kevin Harrington.
Got to eat my crow too, Bill. Lord, I made me eat my crow again. Get a dice. Dice, give me a little back. I'm going to put dice on you, Lord.
Let me quit. All right, Jimmy Hearns, 26, says Eddie Fulton, their mayor. Okay, skip it
I
past
told you the
that.
mayor. I told you. Yeah.
Jimmy Hearns, 26, also says, I'm sorry. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm sorry. I just wanted to let y'all be aware of what done happened in Quitman a little bit back.
We appreciate it. We do. That's what we're all about, education and making the people awareness, enlightenment.
They were doing the time they were down there protesting after George Floyd was killed.
Yeah.
Okay. Crystal Harris says, good evening, Dad, Dice, and Lolo. Happy holidays.
What up, Lala?
What's up, Wonder Woman? Hey, baby. Happy
right.
holidays to baby. Now, between you and your husband, y'all probably make about $200,000-$300,000 a year. Just a little gift from your dad. Let me see. I want a gold necklace, real gold, diamond ring, so I can swag him. And I just feel happy holidays to you guys. I love you guys.
All right. Thank you, Crystal. Back at you. Louise Jones says, hello, Hope, Dice, Lolo, season's greetings, everyone.
What up, Miss Jones?
Hey, Louise.
Joseph Denson says, Merry Christmas to all.
Trying to decent.
I turn it down some Merry Christmas to you, man. I just really appreciate him, Lord. The job he's doing in the community and the things he's doing. Folks, I promise you, if you hire that Denson Law Firm, they're going to give you your money worth and they're going to go above and beyond. And I want to wish the Denson family Merry Christmas. And I didn't come at the donation because we did something different. I'm sure you did, but appreciate all your support. He was even writing one of them big checks. I ain't going to even say nothing around low to her because she might correct me on
No. He wrote a
Joseph
big
Denson,
check. He wrote a big check.
about $200,000-$300,000. No, I wasn't that much. I think about $2,000-$3,000. But we appreciate it. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me just break it on down. Cause the family gonna say, well, where we get it at? Okay. It's the heart that count. He was giving less than 1,000 and more than 100. Well, maybe hold up, wait. Less than 200, more than 90. Two Bell said, brush it up.
All right. Let me see. Scroll my screen down here. Okay. Nancy Johnson says, Merry Christmas to all.
What up, Miss Johnson?
Thank you, Miss Nancy. Eddie Crosby says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You know Mr. Crosby? That's the private investigator, the processor guy. When you got a suit, you go out and serve your ass.
Well, hey, Mr. Eddie.
He also, look, he hate Percy Bland. That's what him and I have in common. We both hate that Negro.
Well, Merry Christmas to you. Many
All right. says people are shopping online more.
Yeah, but it's still less people shopping this year than they did in the previous year. It's the COVID. It's people don't have any money.
They get no money. The person playing with the jobs at. Ain't got no job. You know
I
the
gotta
job
say
they
this
promised.
too about Eddie Crosby. Crosby or Cosby?
Crosby.
Well, Eddie Crosby, you got the best first name in the whole wide world.
All right. Joanne Hope says, Merry Christmas, you guys.
What up, Miss Hope?
What's up, sis? How you doing? Merry Christmas to you. And I just got to tell y'all, folks, that chicken is off the chain. I'm telling you. I can't. I try to sneak and eat it now, sis. Nah, just kidding. Whenever my children want, I'm gonna give it to them. You know, I always put them before me.
All right, back at you, Joanne. Tristan B. Hampton says, hello, beautiful people.
What
Hey,
up,
Tristan.
What up, Trisha?
Hey there, Ms. Hampton. Stacy Dixon says, Merry Christmas to all. Have a safe and blessed holiday.
And same to
What
you.
up, Stacy?
NHR Bink
That my son.
says,
Who they?
My son.
okay. Says, what's up, Ma? I'm tuned in.
What up, son?
Yeah, well, I know you're cold up there, nephew, so tuck it in. Stay strong up there. I know that wind. You be careful going around them corners. We don't want that wind to blow you up on the next block.
But you know what? He said the temperature stay the same.
Well,
In Washington?
Washington. Well, you can tell things don't change a lot. I thought the people in equipment really vote. Last time I was in Washington, I like to froze to death up there. I'm telling you.
It's the part of Washington where he at. I guess the certain part.
Oh, you're talking about not Washington, D.C. You're talking about Washington State?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse
It's in
me.
Washington. What's part of the Washington? Not Seattle. Someplace next to it.
Oh, it ought to be cold
Damn,
up there
I can't
anyway.
remember what the name of the spot.
I'm a southern person, man. Give me sunshine and not too much of it, but I'm a southern person. But it's where it rain at all the time. Yeah.
Okay. V's Catering LLC says, it is so exciting to hear we have a younger individual running for Ward 3.
That is
Looking
something.
forward to a fresh administration.
So am I. And for those of you that are aware of young people, just look at Weston Lindemann, what he did. He came in at 19. Now, this young lady is 31 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So she's young, but she's mature.
Yeah.
Not as mature as Miss Toolbelt out there.
And you know what though? Even though Weston came in young,
Oh, he came in.
he also
yeah,
was a young Democratic. You know, he'd been a member of
for a
the
long
County.
time.
Way before he
Yeah.
turned 18, he was one of the delegates
Yeah.
that we voted to send him up north. He was a delegate for
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders.
And I got to say,
He been in the Democratic Party a long, long time.
and he knows his job better than anyone there.
He do.
He knows it. He knows that mayor job as well as, I said better than the mayor, because he knows every time the mayor's not doing what he's supposed to do. So this is a young man we need to get behind, folks. Definitely.
Okay. Shenny Fallows says, Lolo Allen has done more for the citizens of Meridian than all the politicians combined. But
agree.
it's always black people criticizing her, saying she's not articulate, quote unquote. So what? So what? She truly cares.
Yeah.
You know what I did the other day, Hope? I got on Facebook, you know, the haters. I know the haters were wanting my event to fail. I got on Facebook and asked for some donation to give to the kids out there at the crossing, 60 kids. I know they feeling were hurt when I post the amount that I raised. And the very next day, I went shopping for 60 kids. And I ain't talking about the little small leg gift bag. I'm talking about the tall gift bag, 60 bag, was delivered to the crossing on yesterday.
That
And
is
I
good.
did it with Dr. Cameron.
Yeah.
See those other Negroes out there when they do
Politicking.
shit, they always calling up WTOK
Yeah.
like they doing something. They ain't doing shit. If you're doing it from the heart, you ain't got to call up the news center. Your work gonna speak for itself.
That's right.
I'm known in Meridian as helping out, giving back
That's
to the
right.
community, and talking shit. And I talk this shit 'cause I can hold up for it.
And I want to say this is another quote from Malcolm X, and I'm going to read this, and this is for the person that just, what's the name, Dice, that you just read the comment?
Shanny Fallows.
Miss Fallow, you understand that, Lo understand that, the Dice man understand it, Richard understand it, and I understand it. And so for all of you out there that don't understand it, we need to be suspicious of any person or Negro that is constantly patted on the back by white folk. I'm going to say it again. We need to be suspicious of any black person that is constantly being patted on the back by white folks. and lean toward any politician or black person that is condemned by the white power structure. Simple as that. If they condemning us, if they condemning me and they condemning Lolo, and it's the power structure that's doing it, then folks, you need to tell them to get out of your face, because we ain't trying to do anything to empower them. Everything that we're doing is to uplift the people, our people, and empower you out there.
And I guarantee you, somebody gonna listen to this podcast. They're gonna take what you just stated the wrong way. Just like when I ran for office last year, I was vocalist about what I'm going to do if I'm elected, because I'm not a politician. Yeah. I'm a public servant. I said, if I'm elected, the first thing I'm going to do is hit the black community, improving the black community. Well, you got some Caucasian that heard that and they was offended. Okay, look at your block and look at the block this black person live on. It's completely different. You got a new paved road. They got some damn rocks that Raymond knew them threw in front of their house. That's so right. You damn right I meant what I said. We're going to win, lose, and draw.
And so I got to say the same thing, that if I gotta leave my gun at home and go to war, I don't want to go to war. I'm going to keep my ass at home with my gun. If I go to war, if you what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. This is who I am. And I wasn't just talking about the white power structure. I'm talking about bougie ass niggas too. They ain't gonna vote for me anyway. They're not gonna vote for Low. And those of you that listen at them and don't vote for us because of what they're saying, then it's to your detriment, not ours. You okay, ain't you, Low?
Yeah, and then speaking of bougie ass nigga, I had someone to say, Low, you shouldn't have said that. You just could have just tricked them until you got in office, didn't do what you want to do. No, I'm not a politician. I don't do politics. I'm a realist. I don't do no politicking. Whatever I say I'm gonna do. My word is my bond. You see what Percy Bland done in 2017? Right. He went live, constantly going live, and you vote for me, this is what I'm gonna do. And so he got in office, he did great. He deleted his Facebook page and started another page, and ain't done a damn thing he promised. Fuck Percy. And my word is my bond.
And I'm saying, I had a lawyer to tell me that. He said, you're smart. He said, you're articulate. He said, you have a lot to give to the community. He said, but if you're not gonna get in there being who you are. I said, well, I won't never get in there then. And he said that what you gotta do like everybody else, tell them what they want to hear and get in there and do what you want to do. Folks, that's not what I'm going to do to you. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what I'm going to do. Nice.
Okay. Louise Jones says, yes, I love that Christmas music. Okay. Thank you, Miss Jones.
We I don't know whether Dice Man going to play a little when we get ready to leave from here, but I don't know. He might.
Dice Man. I'm going to play something on the way out. Not what y'all think, though.
Silent Night Temptation.
No, we ain't finna.
I already knew he was going to.
In my mind.
We did it last year. I'm going to keep y'all fresh.
Chris Brown, Chris. He already said he doesn't know.
What do Lonely do?
You out of there. No, don't worry about it.
You got to go.
We're going to hear it. Yeah.
We know what he going to play to Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
Yeah, he going to play something Donald Trump like.
Right. Like I said, we gonna stop
this. All right. Gary Thomas says, good evening. Wait a minute, just jumped on me. Gary Thomas says, good evening, everyone. If you have evidence of corruption, I'm sure others do also. However, how can they stay in their positions and wait for election time to be removed?
It's because the people don't rise up in order to change. Any change, if it wasn't for the George Floyd movement, Black Lives Matter still would not be significant. But because of the George Floyd, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And so because of that, Black Lives Matter, that organization now is worth millions of dollars. From getting it from liberal, like I said, liberal people, liberal Democrats, liberal Republicans.
Okay. Small Town Mississippi says, sure am going to miss the show during the holidays. Have enjoyed it.
Well, be safe out there, Small Town Mississippi. Dice Man going to leave a candle out for you.
Oh, boy, they swinging tonight, ain't they? All right. Got it.
A tiki torch.
All right, Eddie Crosby says, I received a card from the mayor and wrote on it, return to sender, and placed back in the mail.
You know, Percy Bland sending out them postcard, Christmas postcard. Some people using it as a dustpan. That politicking. Yeah. He don't pay for it with taxpayer dollars. Y'all think that person paid for them cards out of his own pocket? Okay. He paid for it with taxpayer dollar. That's what the Republicans do, Dice. They take taxpayer money and buy shit and want to make it seem like they done with their own money.
And you know, I thought about, I passed by on, is that 24th where Latoria Brown, Mother lived, Arthur Brown lived there, and they got folks. Now the yard is not as big as this table right here. The yard is not no more than probably 8 feet by 9 feet, and they got a sign in there.
Percy Bland sign.
Percy Bland sign. And it reminds me again that we have to be suspicious of anyone that want to maintain any power structure that's detrimental to black folks or the community at large. We have to be suspicious of that. We don't have to tear the sign down, but we don't have to do
You know
what
what?
they want us
You
to
ain't
do.
got to tell the sign out here. That's not going to get voted in. And plus, shit, I can count on one hand how many people right there in the area that actually vote at the precinct.
Yeah, that's right.
And Magnolia's precinct is right there next
And they won't go
don't even
vote.
vote. So that's not person, please. Go find another location. Like the ARAF or the Caucasian business owner where you got your sign at. Yo, go find another one of them because a real black person wouldn't even have that shit in their yard.
Yeah.
Okay. G Poe says, "Hi, thanks for all that you are doing. Whatever happened to the NAACP? Do they even exist anymore?"
Well, I can tell you this is that one of the things that Malcolm X pointed out for the first, if I'm not either 54. For the first 54 years, the NAACP had a white Jewish man in charge as a white president until Roy Wilkins or whoever took over that at that particular time. But the NAACP is merely a token organization that has moved away from its original concept, if it ever was such a thing. However, it can be a viable organization again if it move away from the things such as Mother of the Year and Martin Luther King birthday and all that old kind of stuff. Not putting the Mother of the Year down because Mother mean a lot to me. Not putting down what Martin Luther King did, but that's just window dressing. It was the people that really lost their lives and those soldiers that was out there that helped bring about change. But I got to say this, that the NAACP, the SCLC, all those organizations, anytime you get money from your master, there's no way that you can be viable or significant. You're going to have to do things that are politically correct according to how your master wants them to do them. Most of the money that the NAACP raise come from grants from the federal government. The same with the SCLC and all these other organizations that you think made a difference in our communities, and I kind of beg the difference a little bit.
You know what? I used to be a member of the local chapter,
Yeah.
but I dropped out last year. I resigned from that bullshit. They was scared.
Yeah.
A bunch of kumbaya, old-ass cackling hen motherfuckers scared to get out there and do some work.
Yeah.
And then you got the president that catered to Percy Bland, and you know, when I was talking
To the same
he didn't
structure.
waste his time going to the news talking about me. Now, mind you, now that morning, he said, this is what I'm going to send to WTOK because they reaching out to me about the meme you posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was okay with what he told me. But you get on the news and say something completely
Totally
different.
different.
So when I call him up, he going to say they misconstrued my word. No, nigga, them word came directly out your mouth.
Yeah.
And then a few months later when they let go the 4 hours, but didn't mention their name, even though I knew who they were, I hit him up, are you going to go to WTOK? He said, I don't think that part of the Democratic bylaw. Motherfucker, I'm a member, paid due member. You went to them on me.
Yeah, sure
Yes, it
did.
is. He said, well, I can go after pastor. No, I want you to go after chapter president.
That's right.
He didn't do it, so I resigned.
Yeah, the NAACP is just not doing anything. We say there's too much going on. There's nothing for our children to do. They didn't close down all our things. They tore down all our history, and the NAACP didn't do anything. The SCLC didn't do anything. The Meridian Action Committee was inactive or did not have any action. Anything that concerned black folks and us having a better, do you realize that look at Meridian? Look at it. It's dire straits for everybody. But I expect you out there what's that, Mississippi Mac? I know you don't want to come into my house and fix my house. You want me to fix my house. I know that. B-Mac, I know you don't want to put money into a coffer to take care of my family or do anything for my children. I said all this to say this, is that you want me to fix my house. Well, Meridian is my house. Let me fix my house. Vote for me for City Council Ward 2 in January. Get Dwayne Davis out.
Okay, Jimmy Hearns 26 says y'all need to talk about equipment. Jimmy Hearns 26 also says Eddie Fulton need to get out of equipment. He called the KKK down there and equipment to kill people. They had set them up. That had set them up. If they ran, so that wait a minute. So if they ran, they could shoot people dead, so they can say it was violence and kill.
Yeah.
You guys got to help me out with those periods and commas now.
Here's what I say. When you have a loan coming like that, that's good. But we want you to come here and talk about equipment because this is right here in Meridian where we'll talk about. We want you to come here, Eddie Cosper, right?
No,
Jimmy Hearn.
This is
Jimmy Hearn. Jimmy, we
26.
want you to come here and talk about it. We want you and people from equipment to come here and talk about it. I think that'll be a good thing. Let people be aware. They want to see somebody speak up about it. Who is Lolo for equipment? Is there a Lolo for equipment? I didn't think so. Is there Eddie Ho for equipment? So y'all, maybe that's you, Jimmy. In other words, that's somebody that's going to make the people aware of what's going on around there, somebody for the people to come by.
That's it. And last but not least, Jimmy Hearns 26 says, vote for Eddie Holt and Lolo.
Yeah.
Lolo ain't running.
Not,
But vote for Eddie Hope, though.
not next year, but 2 years after that she is.
But next year, Eddie Hope running.
That's right, and that's what we need to
Yeah,
keep up with.
the primary elections in May of next year and the general elections in June. You must go out in May and vote for Eddie Hope and the other people we going to tell you about in order for them to make it to the June election.
Right.
We got to get Percy out the May election. He got to go.
Right, and Brandon, I ain't got to go to you to get certification this time. Anything you want to say to the people, Richard?
Yeah, what I would like to say is that most of the time we learn things from our parents and from our history, but yet we don't pass it on. And that's why we lose a lot of valuable information. Our family, our parents did what they could do. We don't pass on valuable information to the next generation, and they don't know certain things that will help them because they was not informed on what to do and what not to do.
Well, thank you for that, Richard. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure spending this last with you. Time that we spend together. I value our relationship and everything, and I hope the coming year be great for you and your family. Dice?
Just want to say Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to all you guys. Whatever you celebrate, we've enjoyed you. Looking forward to the next year. Even more fun right here on the show. Thank you.
No.
That's right. You know, even though I don't celebrate Christmas, I don't try to rain on anybody else's parade. This coming December 25th will mark the 22-year anniversary my mother passed away. My mom died 98 of Christmas morning, so I don't celebrate Christmas. Could never get back in the mood swing of it, but I don't try to rain on anybody else's parade that does. So y'all be careful out there. Make sure y'all stay tucked in, stay in much as possible because COVID is alive and well.
Yeah. I want to say this is that I watched Laura's eyes change when she started talking about her mother, so I know that hurt her.
Yeah.
And it's been rough on me and my family. And I want to say this to my siblings that are watching. My daughter Jada is with me. She asked me to come and pick her up. She asked me to pick her up because she spent a lot of time by herself and she spent a lot of time grieving, missing her sister. And she watch you guys and she like when you guys go and have y'all things, I guess Gray's Legs or whatever y'all call it. She feel as if she's somewhat left out sometimes. So I want to say this to my older children. Reach out to your sister Jada because she's young. She's on track. She's an unusual 15-year-old because most 15-year-olds around here, a lot of them are falling through the cracks and doing things wrong. She's still 15 years old, meaning that she make good grades in school. She's not drinking, not smoking. And she's a cheerleader, dance team, run track. She does everything to make her mother and family proud. So I'm very proud of her, and I love all you out there. I love my family. I do. And you know, I know the tears gonna fall for you and anybody that lost family out there. I just want to say Merry Christmas to all you guys. Brenda sent me some things. I really appreciate that. Brenda meant a lot to me. It does make a difference. I hope all you guys be safe, and I hope that nothing else happened to you. I want to talk about the COVID just a little bit. I'm not going to take the vaccine. I'm just not. I'm not the kind of person to take medicine anyway because I don't trust it. I watch Richard over there. Folks, look at him. I watch Richard. I watch his foot swell up. And last time I seen somebody's foot like that, the lady ended up losing her foot because she had a diabetic. She was a diabetic. I watch him. He would not go to the doctor. He would not take any medicine and anything. And Richard couldn't hardly walk. But I watch his body heal itself. I seen that. So we had a propensity within ourselves to cure ourselves of anything that's going on with us. If we stick to the natural medicine, you understand what's ironic about all this. You talk about food and drug administration. Why are the two? One is supposed to dope you up and the other one's supposed to make you healthy. Why are they together anyway? But I said all this to say, you guys be safe out there. This COVID thing is serious because people are dying. Whether or not you chose to take that vaccine or not is you, but be safe out there and respect other people's wishes. If they want you to wear a mask, wear it. If they don't want you, if they want you to stay off them 6 weeks, like my cousins them, they wouldn't even let me up in the house in Thomasville. So I understand that and I respect it, and I don't love them any less. Y'all have a good evening. Dice, man, you ready to take us home, Dice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Jada, come here, Jada.
Jada Bug.
Come on here, I gotta get my baby over the air. Tell your family Merry Christmas. Come on, sit in your dad's lap. Can you see me? Come on, sit in. Come on, go ahead. Look at him. Tell him, say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
She cute too, Gray.
Bye, y'all. Have a good evening. Dice, man, take us home.